Hey guys, how's it going? Alex Allgood from Broad Productions, and today I'm going to teach you all about Adobe Premiere Pro. Now, I am using my MacBook Pro for this tutorial, but all the techniques you see in this video translate directly right over to the Windows version of Premiere, so don't worry about me using a Mac if you're on a PC. Oh, cool, there's the Adobe Premiere. Wow, I can't even remember the name, what it's called. The sweet little loading screen. Is it like a splash screen or something? Like, nifty little screen? Something like that. But as you can see, I am using the CS5 version. If you don't have the CS5 version, that's totally fine. Again, this is all just the basics of Premiere, so it should translate over just fine to any other version of Premiere. Just if you have Premiere on any operating system, any version, you will be fine for this tutorial, and I guarantee you will learn something. Alright, so this is the welcome screen. You have projects you've recently worked on, open project, help, new project, all pretty self-explanatory. For this, we're going to click New Project. Typically, everything loading up your project is set on the default to a good place to do it. Your scratch disks, which are like your rendered project files where they are temporarily stored and stuff, are all stored just wherever you save your project, so that's easy enough. I wouldn't even worry about that. Just wait until later usage to worry about scratch disks. Then you have your safe areas, which just tell you if you're doing like professional TV work where you can go on different TVs. Again, don't worry about this. Your video, all that. Timecode, audio samples, and you don't really need capture because you're probably not capturing anything, and overall good. And then down here you will name your file. Say for this I'm gonna go Hells Yeah with a Z, because that makes it a cooler document according to all the kids in the playground. And Hells Yeah tutorial, let's proper grammar. Let's do this! Exclamation mark. Yes. And click OK. You might wait a second. Don't fear that Premiere closed, because sometimes it randomly takes forever to get to the new sequence, but it will load up like it just did. Here, basically what this is, your sequence, is you have your project in Premiere, and then you have your sequences, which a sequence is like, say your project is, or say we're working on a TV show. You could have your sequence that's like The Office, for say, is the TV show. That's your project. Then you have multiple sequences inside that project, which are all separate from each other, which are like episodes. So each sequence is like an episode of the Office. You'll have maybe 12 sequences for 12 episodes, and inside those sequences, as you will see in a second, is a whole timeline. So you can have multiple projects in one project through different sequences. But to make your sequence correct, which a lot of people mess up on this step, this is pretty crucial to setting up a new project, not just Premiere, but any other video editing suite. You want to make sure you match your footage dimensions. If you're if you recorded in 1080 or 720 or standard definition or anamorphic or whatever you recorded in, make sure you know what resolution you recorded at and the frame rate you recorded at. That way it'll properly line up and you won't have any letterboxing, which is just those black bars on either the bottom or in particular the sides of the video. And also make sure if you're shooting in non-widescreen or widescreen. For the most part, everyone's going to be shooting in HD. So, in the available presets, go down to HDV, and depending on if you shot in 1080 or 720, typically, you won't shoot 720 at 24. Anything that shoots 24 frames a second typically does it in 1080. So, the three presets you'll most likely look at is 1080 24, 1080 30, and 720 30. Depending on your footage, click the one you want. In this case, I'm just going to do 1080 at 30 frames a second. And everything else is good in the HDV preset. Maybe you can name your sequence, which is like, say, the episode. So you can just say Bob gets run over by dog on train that was induced by illegal drugs. And that's a pretty good title name. Click OK. I think I spelled something wrong. Whatever. So finally, we're here in Premiere. I'll hide the dock real fast. And this is Premiere itself. Actually, you know what? I think my starting to freeze. I think my workspace is a little messed up. Just before we get into anything, since I'm about to do this, I'll go ahead and explain it. If say you grab like this by accident, oh no, that just happened. Or maybe you get your sequence, actually drag it up here, and you're like, oh no, everything's so messed up. I get so many messages about this problem, and why people are like, oh my gosh, my video preview just disappeared. How do I get it back? Easy. You go to Window, Workspace, and typically you stay on Editing because that's the default, and click Reset Current Workspace. It's going to say yes, well duh. And there we are. We're back to the original workspace, and everything's how you like it. Alright, so here I'll explain each little box, I guess you would call it. Being on the Mac, of course, you have your file, edit, project, all that up in the top. Being in Windows, I guess it'll be up there as well. In the top, you have your toolbar. You have your selection key. Really, all you really need to know is your selection key, your razor tool, and the hand tool. And then you can change your workspace really easily by right here changing this, and there's your reset again. Just a little easily right there. And then right here is where all your imported footage will go. Let's go ahead and try that out. We're going to import. Just import some random thing. Cute girl wins Nobel Peace Prize. Oh, this is a video from my blogs. If you want to check out my blogs, look in the description below, or go to youtube.com/AlexIsAllGood. There you can find some awesome videos. I make videos daily. But off topic. So we have Cute Girl Wins Nobel Peace Prize, which is right here. You can even preview the clip. Oh, yeah.
Me and Allie?
That's me. All right. But you can preview the clip right there and then drag it down to here into the timeline. Now, this is 720 footage, which I didn't even realize. I'm in a 1080 comp, but this is 720 footage. So in that case, I would probably make a new episode, aka a new sequence. That's a 720, drag the footage in there. But if all your footage is 1080 and you accidentally have a 720p footage, you can go right here to scale to frame size. That way it'll zoom all the way up. I look awfully disgusting in that. So we'll change the frame easily. And then if you double click on the video, it'll pop up in this preview. So here's the video again. But the neat thing about this is you can scrub through your video, and with these little markers, drag in only certain parts. Say you want just the video, boom, there's the video. Say you want just the audio, boom, there's the audio. Of course, they won't be synced, even though you can easily just drag them together. But they're right there if you only want audio of a scene or the video of a scene. But this is the main preview. Wow, I don't even remember my lefts and rights. Your right side is the main preview. This is what your final output will look like. Anything that plays on the timeline, alley dancing, will play in this one. If you want to know how I click play, like that, you just hit spacebar and that'll play without actually having to hit a button. Just a nice little hotkey. But as we now know, this is your video preview box. From here, you can scrub frame by frame, click play, go by motion. You can even look at waveforms and stuff of your video, but I doubt any of you watching this will need that. You can also scrub through your video. It's kind of a neat feature. If you just put your mouse over the video or preview and scroll back and forth. And there you go. And that will go frame by frame. All right, so then we have down here in the bottom left-hand corner, we have the, I don't really know what you call it, but like info effects box. You click on a video footage and it'll tell you all the things you want to know about it, the frame rate, the audio, the duration, the resolution, yada, yada, yada. Main thing, though, is the effects panel. From here, you can do audio transitions, and audio effects, and video transitions. To do that, you just literally drag it. The whole program is basically drag and drop. It's a wonderful thing. It makes it very easy to do. But I'll show you that in a second. Let's go ahead and get into the basis of editing. You will, say you have your footage here, but you want it to start here. You literally, when this little bracket-looking red thing happens, you just click the mouse and drag over. Boom. There we go. It starts right there. Just move it over. I picture this timeline as a piece of paper, and you can doodle masterpieces on it. That was an awful analogy, but there's a lot of layers on here, or lots of bars. You can put this like, what's the difference? Why is it like that? Why don't they just make it like drag and drop? Okay, we'll go to iMovie. All right, seriously, just kidding. But this is the basis of layers. If you've used Photoshop, you are fully aware of the powerfulness of layers, if that made sense. But you will say it's like overlapping things. Whatever's on top, you will see. But audio-wise, will be all mixed together. It's great for overlapping dialogue scenes and stuff. Just play around with it. It's hard to explain only because it's something you have to physically do on your own and learn it. But just practice getting two clips, putting them beneath each other, and flipping them around and seeing what the audio is like. Then to do effects, you literally just drag them on there. Say for transitions, we'll do a dissolve for the video. We will just drag it on the edge. My default's set to where it's only like a couple frames, but you drag the, say, cross dissolve right on the edge, and now you have, move this back, a nice fade up. Oh, look at those cinnamon rolls. Wow. And then for effects, it's the same thing on audio as well. You'll just go to audio effects, or not audio effects, crossfade on audio transitions, drag and drop, boom, right there. You now have a audio transition. Then we can transition over to effects. Basically the same thing, say color correction, you want to do a brightness contrast, you drop it right on the video you want. Click this, see the video, and you go to effects controls. Boom, right here. So from here you have motion, which you can adjust the position of the video. This is a bad example because it's so dark. Yeah, this will work. All right. So you can adjust the position of the video. In this case, I will hit Control Z for undo. Scale. Get it back to 100. And then rotation, anti-flicker, all that, opacity, yada, yada, yada. But then your effects are all dropped right here. You'll see them just start to pile up as you drag them on. And you literally just, on the numbers, either type them in or just click on them and hold and drag, and it will change the value. Exporting will be a whole new tutorial. Just YouTube, Broad Productions, exporting in Premiere Pro, and you should see it. Or it might be in the side of suggested videos after this video. But thanks for watching. I really appreciate your view. You are a helpful person to this. I don't know where I'm going with this, but hey, well, you know what? Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Subscribe for more. I hope you have a great day. All right. Leave a video response if this video helped you with anything. Be greatly appreciated. I'd love to see it. And if you need any help with anything, just throw me a message or check out my website, which I'll be more likely to respond to. Check out our forums on the website, broadproductions.com. net. Thanks, guys, for sticking it out with me through this long tutorial of the basic necessities and workflow of Premiere Pro. Again, this will translate to all versions of Premiere, being on Mac, not on Mac, different versions, blah, blah, blah. Thanks for sticking in. Love you guys. Have a fantastic day.